Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I hope all of you can listen to me. Okay. Yes, you can listen to me. Okay, fine. So, you know very well that recently we have gone through the examination process, and basically it was first term examination. And this time, that examination was online, and a number of things were there which were changed. The online teaching and learning process is going on, and the examination process was also online. All the students will keep the cameras closed. So what happened that we had decided to have the exams on the basis of objective questions, which are MCQs, and the subjective questions in which you were supposed to submit the handwritten answers for different short questions. There was no particular long question, only short questions were there. So mainly the responses were good. I'm talking about my subject, and inshallah tomorrow the result will be announced. You will be able to have your results online. The result sheet, the mark sheet will be given to you online. It will be sent to you by your class teacher. Okay. Now we are going to have the new chapters that are there in our second term that we are going to continue. Say the Raza Haider, you want to ask something?
Sir, I wanted to ask, are you taking the classes of P3A, B, and C, right?
I'm just taking the class of P3, B, and C.
Okay, so, sir, can you tell us, which class got higher marks and, which class got lower
No, I
marks?
don't have such, I don't have such idea. I don't have such idea. The main concern is basically about your skill. Keep in mind that marks are important, but skill is more important. But I believe that my students are skillful, they are having knowledge and skill and command over different tools, whatever they are studying. Marks are there, of course, the importance of mark sheet is there, but in my opinion, the knowledge and the skill are more important. If you take good marks, but you don't have that particular command, you don't have hands-on practice with different kind of softwares that you are studying, so of course you are not a good student. So I haven't compared my classes with any other classes. Okay, so now today what we are going to do, we are actually going to start a new chapter. Chapter 6 is omitted. Chapter 6 is not there in the syllabus. The chapter 6 which is there in the book, we are going to omit it because in your syllabus breakup, we have got now chapter 7. Chapter 7 is introduction to Adobe Photoshop. Photoshop CS3. Now you can see that the version is mentioned in front of you, CS3. CS3 is basically the version that we are going to use. If you have got any higher version installed in your computer, so keep in mind that when I will be teaching, so there may be some differences in that version and the version that I am using. Okay. Similarly, if you are using some older version, for example, Photoshop 1 or 2, or even earlier versions of the Photoshop. So even then, in that situation, you are going to have differences when you will be implementing, because the commands that I am using will not be the same that you would be using in your software. So version is very important. So when you are going to download it from the internet, uh, I would like to inshallah share with you one link in your Google Classroom from where you can download the Photoshop CS3. So when you are going to download it from the internet, so keep in mind that we have got CS3 in our syllabus. So it must be CS3. Okay, it must not be a trial version. Try to find out correct version. CS3 is not the latest version. Latest version is CS6 or I think 5.5 or 6 is latest version. But CS3 will be available to you on internet. So inshallah, I'm going to share the link with you so that you can download it quite conveniently. All the students who are there, they will come with their names and classes mentioned in front of their names. Those who have not mentioned the classes at the end of their names, they should leave and rejoin. I have told you this thing a number of times because I have to mark the attendance. So those who have not mentioned their classes at the end of their names, they should leave and rejoin quickly. Okay, now I would like to ask you one question. What is meant by image? Yes, just raise the hand and let me know what is meant by image. How do you define an image? What do you understand by an image? Raise the hand. Don't you know about it? It's a simple question. Okay. Kamlesh. Yes, Kamlesh. What do you mean by an image? Yes.
Yes,
What is meant by an image?
sir, image is a file,
Yes, it is a file of
a photo.
photo. Simple. It is a photo, a pictorial representation. Okay. The pictorial
Of
representation of some data, some information. Just like you can see over here, one image is there. Student is having laptop in front of him. This is an image, no? This is an image. Fine. So image is basically a pictorial representation of the data or information that contains hundreds of words, but those words are not written over here. Those words are not written over here, but it contains hundreds of words. How it contains hundreds of words? Let's suppose, see over here, the student is sitting, the student is looking happy, student is having laptop. These all things are written over here? No. The student is having fun with the computer system. The student is having window from where sunlight is coming. The student has got some good color curtains inside his room. He's sitting on the bed. All these things which are there, which are represented over here by this image, these are not written over here, but I can understand from these or this image is basically this interpretation that I'm doing. Are you getting this thing? So while working on the image, this your static sense is very important. How do you deal with the colors and image color schemes and its appearance? Fine. So basically, image is a pictorial representation of the data having information without, it says hundreds of thousands of words without writing those words. Okay. Now, important thing is that that what kind of software is there for image editing? Can you tell me any three software names which are used for image editing? Raise the hand quickly. Raise the hand. Yes, Asad Irfan. Haven't you raised the hand? Asad, Sayyid Muhammad Asad. Yes. Can you tell me?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, CS3 Adobe Photoshop.
Okay, it is already written in front of you. Give any other names. The software
Sir,
that you use, for example, in your Android phone to edit images, to crop images, to change color schemes, to increase brightness, to decrease brightness, to increase the saturation or the hue. Don't you use in your Android phone? Don't you use in your laptop such kind of softwares?
no, sir, I haven't used anyone.
Haven't used anyone. What about Paint? What do you do in Paint? Microsoft.
No, sir, I have used in my laptop.
Do you know something about Paint?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is used to like you can edit pictures, you can make changes to them,
Yeah,
and
we
like
can draw images, we can draw objects, we can edit pictures. Good. Okay. Yes, Kamlesh.
Sir, Photoshop, Lightroom, and Pixlr and Android photo editor.
Good. These all are the examples. One, two are for the desktop, one is for the Android. And you know that even in Android, you perform such kind of things when you are not happy with an image. What do? You open the image editor and you increase the brightness, you change the color scheme if you are not happy with the color scheme. And you can change the hue and saturation. You can apply cropping to remove the extra area available in the picture. You can cut it into some different shapes. You can change the background. These all are the operations which are performed on an image. Paint is the software in which you can draw the images. You can draw your own images. Okay. Some graphical options are available even in the Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and even in the publisher. If you open the Microsoft Word, you will see some limited image operations are available over here in this software as well. But these are very limited. But we are not going to say that it is an image editing software. No, it is a word processor. But some limited options are there, like you can change its darkness. Can you? You can change its darkness or brightness. You can change its color scheme from blue to pink, let's suppose. Pink, brown, yellow, okay, gray scale, black and white. You can do such kind of operations. You can make it sketched image. So some limited options are there for graphical images even in the Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and in Publisher. Fine. Now what we are going to do, we are going to study a rich software, a software which is built for this purpose, and it has got a number of options available for image editing, for drawing new images, for editing existing images, for making changes in the given images, for merging two images, okay, or such kind of operations that we can perform over here. Okay. So this thing is very important. Now we are going to study. As I have told you, okay, I am going to give you inshallah one link from where you can download it. Over here we are discussing about, first we are going to read it and then we are going to discuss about it. You have, if you have book in front of you, fine. If you don't have, look at the screen. I have got the scanned copy of this chapter in front of you. You can see on your screen. Page 124. You have worked with Microsoft Paint and drawn pictures using it. Suppose you wish to change your drawing or edit a stored image. Can you do it with Paint? Yes, you can. So what does it mean? Paint is basically, the Paint is a software which is basically an image editing software. Paint can help you draw or modify simple figures only. Professionals usually use Adobe Photoshop to finally edit complex images and photos. Paint has limited options. Paint has got some limited options in order to edit the images. But when you see over here, you will be able to know that Adobe Photoshop has got more options. Adobe Photoshop has got more options over here in order to edit the images. In order to draw your own graphics or apply different kind of effects to your graphics. Adobe Photoshop is called raster graphic, where we are working on the pixels. Because some other softwares are also there which are called vector graphic. The vector graphics actually works on different kinds of objects, but raster graphic, just like Adobe Photoshop, it works on the pixels. Okay. Now, come to the page number. This is page number 125. Adobe Photoshop window is shown to you. You can see over here in this picture on this page. In Adobe Photoshop, we can insert, we can import picture, and then we have got a toolbox. At the top, there is a title bar, this blue color bar. This blue color bar is basically title bar in each software, all the softwares that we have studied up to now. Whether it is database, MS Access, or any other software, Audacity, other software that we have studied. The top row is called title bar on which the document name is appeared. The document name is appeared at the title bar. So over here you can see that the title bar is there whenever you will save your document. Whenever you will save your document, you will see that your title will be displayed. Then come towards the in title bar, maximize, minimize buttons are there. This is very simple thing, you know about it. Then menu bar is there. In menus, different options are there. Options bar is there and toolbar is there. What is the purpose of the menu bar? It contains menus, different menus are there to go to different commands. It contains the menus, commands, different commands are there that we are going to apply. Options, it is below the menu bar, it displays the different options that are available for different selected tools. Basically, here is the options. Options are changed whenever you give different commands from the toolbox. So according to the given commands, the options are changed. Then come towards the tool panel. Tool panel is very important because it contains different kind of tools. When you need to draw a rectangle, triangle, when you need to draw a line, when you need to draw by freehand pen or pencil, when you need to fill some object by color. So paint bucket tool is there to fill the colors. When you need to remove some portion of the image, the eraser button is there. We are going to apply, if you need to type something, some heading, some text, some label you want to put with the image, you have got a text, image, text box. Arrow, simple arrow tool is there for selecting objects or moving objects from here and there on the canvas. This is called, this gray area is called canvas. Canvas means where you are drawing, because you take the canvas with the white color background when you are drawing some new object. Canvas means when you are drawing some graphic. Just like canvas is basically a term which has come from the painting. Just like you would have seen the painters draw the paintings on canvas. Basically, canvas is a white color page where they draw different paintings. Similarly, in Microsoft, in this Adobe Photoshop, we take a blank file of some size, whatever the size is that we want to have, and we use that canvas and we draw object over there. And the canvas may be of different size depending on our requirement. Let's suppose if we have got one billboard or hoarding that we need to print and the hoarding size is 5 feet by 3 feet, let's suppose. So we are going to take 5 inches by 3 inches, 5 centimeter by 3 centimeter canvas size, and it can be stretched into 5 by 3 feet. So canvas is important because before going to draw the image, we need to know that where we have to print and what kind of size is there that we need to print. Then comes image title bar. It displays the information about the image. Basically, the name of the image is displayed. When you insert one image, for example, you can see over here, when you insert an image, when you import an image, its title is displayed in the image. Its title is there in the image that you can see. So whatever the name is there for the image, the same name will be displayed in your Adobe Photoshop. What kind of images are there that you can insert? You can insert JPEG images, even you can use GIF images, bitmap images. Some different extensions are there which are used for images. If you open the Microsoft Paint, you will be able to see that whenever we draw some image, let's suppose, when we save it, some different extensions are available. Can you see these extensions? .bmp, .gif, .jpeg, .tiff, .png, .heic. They have different purposes. Normally we use .jpeg. .jpeg is famous one. Bitmap and other images are all. JPEG is the image which is used over the internet when we want to reduce the size of the image. It should not be very huge size. So in that situation, we use normally JPEG images. So these all extensions images can be inserted in in your Adobe Photoshop. This thing is clear to all of you? Okay. Now this is very important that I have explained you. Come towards the page number 125. Menu bar, options, tools pan, tools, image title bar, image window. It contains the image that is being displayed, as I have told you, as I have shown you over here. Where is the image window? This is the image window. You can see over here. This is the image window, and this is the title of the image, and this is basically the image. The image window is showing you the breadth and height of the image by showing you some one ruler. Okay. Now come towards the status bar. What does it mean? Status bar is there in most of the software, just like in Word, Excel, PowerPoint. We had discussed about status bar. Status bar, it is located at the bottom of every document window and displays information such as current, magnification, field, file size, etc. In Microsoft Word, you would have seen that it shows you the number of words in the document. Okay, such kind of things are displayed in the status bar. So basically, status bar in any software, the status bar displays some significant information. Here in Adobe Photoshop, it displays that how much image is magnified, whether it is at its original position, it has been magnified by 50% or 100%. Okay, 100% or 200%, depending on your requirement. If you want to see something in larger image, in the larger size, to know its pros and cons conveniently, so in that situation you are going to use this option which is there in the menu, which is available for magnification. So status bar is going to show you this thing. Rulers, they are represent along the top and left side of the image to help they help to position the image precisely. Basically, these are the main components that we have discussed. Let me mark the attendance first. Okay, from Saif to Hamdan, and then Abdul Rahim, Varshan. Okay, Varshan. Fine. Okay, now come towards Adobe Photoshop Tools panel. Tools are basically the major components which are used to edit an image. Now, what kind of different kind of tools are available and what are their icons, how you are going to identify those tools? And what is the purpose of such tools that we are going to use? Let us discuss the tools available in Adobe Photoshop tool panel. Rectangle marquee tool to select part of an image. Can you see this? This is basically rectangle marquee tool. It is there to select part of an image. You can select some part of an image. You know very well, basically such things are entirely practical in nature. Steps are not there in your paper and steps are not asked. But you may be asked to define, describe the purpose, what is the purpose of, what do you know about? Such kind of questions are there, as you would have seen in your first term exams. No particular question was there, write steps to insert one audio file in Audacity software. No, because this thing is practical. So that's why we did not use such kind of questions. For such kind of question, you need to have computer system in front of you. So right now we are just going through this, but keep in mind we are going to apply it. We'll have to install Adobe Photoshop CS3 and we are going to apply it inshallah in the next class. You can open an existing file, already saved image, or you can open a new file. You can take a new file and then you can insert one image in it. How you can take a new file? Whenever you take a new file, in order to create a new file, follow the steps. These are basically the steps. You go to the new in file menu. In file menu, you go to the new dialog box. You go there to the new dialog box. Now, such questions can be asked in MCQs because these are basically the knowledge-based questions. So some knowledge-based questions were there. If you remember, if you bring in your mind your MCQs recent test of first term, you will bring in your mind, you will be able to see that some questions were there about different menus of different options. Let's suppose one question was there about what are the different commands available on in transform toolbar in Audacity software. Okay, so you were supposed to write down or you were supposed to list down those commands which were available. So menus, about the different kind of menus, the questions will be asked in your exams. Just like I'm just giving you this example. In Audacity, I had given one question, I think I remember. It was about this tool of editing. Basically, this is editing toolbar. So basically it was about this. What are the different editing options available on this toolbar? Cut, copy, paste, trim, undo, redo. So you were supposed to list it down. Remember? So menus are important in this regard. You will be asked to write down about it. So you need to be very much careful about such question. Now see this window. See this window. Whenever you take a new file in your Adobe Photoshop, whenever you take a new file, it asks you for the name of the file that you will mention, the title. It will ask about the size, width and breadth. Width and breadth. The width and breadth will be in the pixels or width and breadth will be in the centimeters or inches. What is the width of the image that you want to have and what is the height of the image that you want to have. Similarly, you are asked about the pixels resolutions. The higher the resolution and the crisp the image is, the image will be sharper and image will be better if you have got higher resolution. If you have got higher resolution, the image will be sharper. Okay. Normally, we draw the raster graphic like billboards and hoardings and such kind of things which are printed in large size. So we take it 300 dpi, 300 pixels per inch. But for normal image that you want to insert, you want to publish on the social media, you want to use in your website, you are not going to have a very high resolution image. No, you can take simple resolution for that. So it is not necessary to have very high resolution is required when you need to print on large paper, large sheets, just like you need to print on the billboards. So then for that situation, you are going to use it. Okay. Then come towards the colors. RGB color is there, and other options are also there. If you see over here. So color mode is there that you need to select. Bitmap, grayscale, RGB or CMYK colors. These are different color schemes. Normally, we take this option over here. RGB color, 16-bit or 8-bit RGB color scheme. If the number of bits are higher, definitely the color scheme will be better. So if you take this window, example of this window, which is shown when you take a new image, you will be able to see that a number of MCQs can be constructed from this option, from this topic. Why? Because these all things are there. If I ask you, okay, when you take a new file, what are the different options that you set? List down. So you are going to say that we set the file name, we set the width of the width of the image in pixels or in centimeters, we set the height, resolution, color. Okay, so you are going to write in this way. Even in the MCQs, if I ask what are the different options, if I give you some options and if I ask you which one is the option which is used, bitmap, grayscale, RGB, or all of them, so you are going to say that basically these all are there in the compound MCQs. It may be asked. Then background content. Background content is also there. Can you see this thing? Background will be white or background will be transparent. Transparent means no background. Transparent background is shown by gray and white boxes. But it means that there is no background. Even white background is not there. Whatever the background, if you want to have some background, then you will have to insert background or you will have to draw something at the background. So you can take even transparent background in order to draw some image. On the transparent background, you can draw an image. Okay. Raza, Heather, you want to ask something?
Sir, what about adding like a picture from like Google or anything in your background? Can we add that to the transparent background?
Yeah, we have different options available. We can change the background. Even if the picture is having background in white or black color, we can make it transparent background. Or if some picture is there which has transparent background and we want to bring some other background, we can even do that thing as well.
Okay, okay, I get it.
But what I explained you over here, when you talk about transparent background, for example, if I say cartoon on a transparent background. Okay, now you can, as I have explained you this thing, that this object has got some boxes, white and gray boxes. What does it show? This white and gray boxes is showing that the background is transparent. Now this object is separate from the background. It does not have a white background. If we take such object, if we take an object with the background just like this is having a background which is not transparent. When I will insert this image, this white color will also come in my image. This white background will also come. And I don't want to have this white background with this cartoon. So I will have to take that image which does not contain the color background, which contains transparent background. Now this thing is clear. I hope so. This thing will be clear to you. Okay. Come toward all these options are covered. As I have told you, even only this image can create a number of MCQs and even a short question to describe about name of the file, width and height of the file, resolution of the image, color mode, background content. These things are very important before starting your graphic. Doesn't mean that you just open and click OK and start your drawing. No. First see this thing, what kind of size is there that you want to prepare. What will be the printout of the image? What will be the size of the printout that you want to have? So first set these things, then go to the other options for drawing. How you can save a file? Simple steps are there. What is the extension of a Photoshop file? Who will tell me about it? Yes, raise the hand. What is the extension of the Photoshop file? Just like when we save a Word file, the extension is doc, .doc or .docx. Just like I showed you in the Paint, the extensions were .jpeg. Okay. Yes, Kamlesh.
Sir, .psg.
.psd, and it is already written in front of you. The rest are what the rest are doing. They are sleeping. Just see over here what is written. It is already written on your screen. It is already written on your screen. .psd, Photoshop document. Okay. To take a new file, again come towards MCQs. This is MCQs. What is the shortcut to open a file in Adobe Photoshop? What is the option to take new file? How you can save? Control S. How you can make save as? Control Shift S for save as, Control S for only save, Control Shift S to save as, to make a copy. Getting this point? Default extension is .psd, but after making an object, after making a document, we can publish it in JPEG. For example, if you want to give it on the Facebook or on some social media or on some website, so we will have to reduce the size of the graphics. So what we are going to do, we will convert it from the PSD to JPEG file. That I will tell you how we can. I hope all the things are clear up to here. If you have got any question, please ask me. If you have got any question, kindly ask me, because our class time is now about to over. Anything that you want to ask, please. Yusuf.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Sir, I just want to ask, because I was absent for 2 months. I went out of the school for 2 months.
Okay.
Anything that we like, anything from the syllabus from the last term or any exams taken, does that count? Like, do I have to write something?
Since you are new admission or you were absent?
No, I left the school and then came back.
Okay, then I will have to discuss about it, because it is a different scenario. I will let you know, inshallah. I will let you know. You can
Okay,
also
thank you.
discuss about it from your class teacher as well. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, students. Thank you so much, all of you.